This video is about planning and executing the decor of a curated lunch event. I recently styled the decor for a themed lunch event. This is a restaurant where it happened. The restaurant had a large collection of beautiful plants and was a pretty much modern setting. The theme of the curated lunch was Malnad wedding. Malenadu is a portion of Karnataka consisting of different districts known for its lush vegetation and rich culture. The weddings around the season usually have jackfruit and mangoes in them. So the theme of the lunch was Malnad wedding with mangoes and jackfruit. With the photos that I took at the restaurant, I used Pinterest and their collage feature to create collages of how I would want to style each space, and came up with multiple things. I wanted to create a little bride section and a little groom section and use very subtle, beautiful details as decoration. Nothing over the top, very cozy and intimate. We did a couple of DIYs for this decor, and the first thing was to create the large bunting that will go in the center of the arena. I used a single faux Kanjivaram sari. Since the venue already had a large number of plants, I wanted to keep green as one of the neutrals and use oranges and pinks as my color scheme. So for the orange, I decided to use this orange sari and create like a really long bunting that will go in the center of the arena as an obvious decorative. We made a triangular template of 6 inches by 8 inches and cut out triangles from the orange portion of the sari. Leaving the pallu and the border, we got a total of 214 triangular pieces, and 2 pieces would be put together to create the bunting so that they are good from either side, and I used my sewing machine to sew the triangle. I managed a few and then my machine started to act funny, so I had to take the help of a local NGO to complete my work. Since all the pieces were already cut out, it took them less than an hour to assemble the whole bunting, and we had created with one sari, I think, about 50 feet long bunting. For the bride's corner, I wanted to create this really cute doll's bangle holder which I had seen on Pinterest, and I remembered that I had been saving 2 dolls for a very long time, and this was the right time to use them. I try not to call myself a hoarder, but then I have these odds and ends which I keep, and then I somehow tend to have some use for them. So this has been with me for many years, and today is the day that we'll be putting this to some good use. So I have these 2 little girls who will get a tiny little Indian makeover with some saris and some jewelry. I had gotten some stone laces when I was doing one of the DIYs with where we were embellishing a Ravi Verma Lakshmi poster with all of these stones and stone laces. So these were left over from there, and I decided to make the little dolls jewelry out of them. It's a really pretty stone studded lace that is generally used in ethnic wear, and I have some pearled ones, and I think together they will look nice as jewelry, as necklaces and matha patti and all of that. So since I already have the dolls, I have the laces. The best thing was to just to put them together. We didn't actually film the entire making of the dresses for these dolls because it was extremely time consuming and they weren't sticking well. But here is our little girl with her matha patti and a little bit of Indian dressing and hair all ready. You can see her in all her glory during the final reveal. The next DIY that we created was for a wall. I wanted to create 4 canvas paintings with the logo of the person who was curating the lunch. Since the Buntings did the work of the orange, we wanted to use pinks in the canvases. This is the world famous DIY bedsheets that has probably seen hundreds and hundreds of DIYs on top of it. You can probably spot like 50 colors on it, and it's still going strong. So today it's going to get a little bit of pink because we're painting the canvases pink. I had rustic textured canvas which I had prepared for the wall makeover series. So we used those and used some wall paints on them and painted pink. Now since the background color was different on each of these, we got different shades of pink, and that's what I was intending to do. There was an ugly wall in the restaurant with just a piece of wood on it. My idea was to put these 4 canvases on top of that, but unfortunately during the install day we realized that we cannot put a nail or a screw through that, so we had to put it in different places. Once the canvases were completely dry, we gave them a second coat, and then we printed the logo out and transferred the column design, or rather the logo, onto the canvas. At first we were planning to put a carbon sheet at the back and draw it out, but then my assistant Nisha said that if we did that and we painted with a white acrylic chalk marker, the blue of the carbon print will seep through and it will not look white. So we just scribbled on the back with a pencil and then used that to transfer the pattern to the front. And we used an acrylic paint marker to draw the column design. Here is Nisha trying to be very accurate and keeping the lines straight, and here is me just winging it and making it raw and hand drawn. These canvases actually turned out very, very beautiful, more beautiful than I would have imagined them to be. On the day of the event, we transported everything to the venue and did the remaining prep there. These buntings with mango leaves and marigolds will go on the lights. On the facade, we just added a single mango leaf and a marigold, and it looked absolutely stunning. On the door, we drew the logo to personalize it even more. And once it was all done, it turned out so beautiful. I was absolutely thrilled with the end result. I would love to know your comments on this decor, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one.